Hey everybody, we are hitting up my local theater. This is the one that I grew up going to under new management now, and we are about to watch Deadpool and Wolverine, aka Deadpool 3. I'm a big X-Men fan, so I'm excited for this. We are in auditorium number 1. Let's walk in here. I hate it when they don't shut these doors, so I'm going to do it. And what do we got? There's our screen. Looks like a Smokey and the Bandit trailer. What? Okay, finished with the film. Look at this. This is a nice poster there. I didn't see it in IMAX though. Now I do love this poster here. Look at that beautiful Hugh Jackman, and man, did he look beautiful in this movie. My goodness, I need to start working out. I'm back home from the movie. I didn't show this, but I was wearing an appropriate t-shirt, X-Men, supporting X-Men all the way with this Deadpool and Wolverine movie. So my reaction to it was extremely emotional. I think, if you've been watching my videos long enough, you know I'm quick to cry. It's been a while since I haven't a video, but it's happened before. And it happens to me while watching movies, I'm always mentioning that. But it happened in this movie, Deadpool and Wolverine. I wasn't expecting that at all, but it happened to me like tears 2 times, and then I had these moments 2 times. So almost like 4. Is that right? Was that 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah. So the first one, this is gonna be spoilers here. This is gonna be spoilers, but I want to first start out with the moments that made me cry. Or almost cry. So we're not talking about plot, I'm just jumping into these moments. So one more time, spoilers are happening here. So also, if you know my channel, you know that Beast is my favorite X-Men. Beast is mentioned in the film. That didn't make me cry, but we do hear his name once, Beast. So that was very cool. I did love that. But my second favorite X-Men character growing up, I don't really know if he still is today. Probably. Yeah, I guess I would hold on to it. But my second favorite X-Men character is Gambit. And I was so excited. You remember they even did like promotional material for this. I was so excited when Channing Tatum was going to play Gambit in his own like solo style movie. And yeah, they got all the promotion ready. Wait a second, were his eyes not red? I don't think Channing Tatum's eyes were red in the movie. I don't think they were red. They should have been red. I don't think they were red. What the heck? But yeah, I guess that right there. When Gambit walks on into the screen, I had a moment to where I was like, I can't believe this is happening, because I was so excited for that movie. And I didn't really care for Channing Tatum or anything. I didn't watch like Step Up or whatever those dance shows were. I wasn't into those. I had a friend who did. He liked those movies, but so they were like on, but I was like, I don't care about this. And it wasn't until 21 Jump Street when I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's amazing. He's great. And then I was just like, I'll watch Channing Tatum stuff. He's great. And then he, was trying to get that Gambit movie off the ground, and I was so excited for it. I thought it was great, a great idea. I think he's from Alabama, so near-ish, Louisiana. I don't know if he has any, Cajun in him or anything, but I was hyped for that. That was something I wanted to see, and then the Disney sale happened and basically shut all of those projects down. So, that never happened. And then when he popped out on screen, I just had like a, moment. And other people were popping out on screen in that moment also. You had Elektra and you had Blade, Wesley Snipes' Blade. That didn't get me, but I did go, oh, dang! And I was probably the oldest guy there, so I think I was the only person that knew what was going on with that one. So yeah, that was really awesome to see, but it was Gambit. Seeing him just kind of gave me a little feel. And the second time this happened was, when they had that battle, so when you have the different yeah, I guess, like the scrappy new Avengers, basically, with Elektra, Blade, X-23, Wolverine, Deadpool. Am I missing somebody? When you're having all them all standing around, no, well, not standing around, like, getting ready to fight. When they're standing, getting ready to fight. When they are fighting, for some reason, just watching Jennifer Garner fight as Elektra like made me emotional, because you know I feel like she is sort of underrepresented when you think of all of this Marvel stuff that has happened, like the old Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck and the Elektra movie. I feel like a lot of people don't even know an Elektra movie exists. So I don't know. I was just seeing that and just thinking, I don't know, maybe her daughters are like really proud right now watching this. Like, I just think that's so cool that she was able to come back and do this. And because we don't really hear her talk about this stuff. Like, like Wesley Snipes is always talking about Blade, so that was like cool to see also. But yeah, that when she was fighting, I was just like, I felt like a proud son or something. It was like watching their mom do something amazing. It was kind of strange, and it kind of made me like a little lump in the throat sort of thing. Also, I guess I'll get into this later, but so those moments I didn't cry, but it was like my body wanted to cry, right? But then I did cry 2 times, and it was just like funny because it was weird. It's weird because this movie's so crude and crass and funny and hilarious and doesn't really let a lot of emotional beats happen. It does, but it's not like this was an emotional beat, because I thought those were good too. But what it was like just pure nostalgia. It was all about me, and I know that's what they're doing with this, is just fan service nostalgia cameo sort of thing. And the cameos were bigger than just tiny cameos, except like Tyler Mane and as Sabretooth. That was very cameo-ish. It was very small. And then Ray Park as Toad, that was very small as well. We didn't get to see. And then a lot of the other villains like Juggernaut and stuff, who was not played by, gosh, I just had his name literally a second ago and I lost it. Gosh, lost his name. I can't even think of any of the movies he's in. Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, isn't he in that movie? But Vinnie Jones, there we go. They actually replaced Vinnie Jones, which is funny. But so yeah, this moment here, it was all just like, it was like me being a kid and experiencing the year 2000 again. So I was probably, whatever the date was, I was most likely 15 or 16 when X-Men came out in 2000, that movie. And that was a dream come true. I grew up on the animated series. My stepfather introduced the X-Men to me and loved that animated series so much. And then my dream came true and we saw an X-Men movie. And like, it was not the animated show. And I even remember thinking, oh, I wish, they looked a little bit more like the characters that they that we know from the comics and the animated series. So here in the Deadpool movie, we get the closest to that, where we're seeing Wolverine in the yellow and blue, and it was just amazing to see that. It was just such a good costume. But then towards the end, there's this battle that's about to happen where you get some cool slow motion walk. We get a lot of cool slow motion walk. It's repetitive and redundant, and I think they know it, but it's like so fun. It like cancels it out of feeling overused. It's overused, but you like that it's overused, sort of thing. And we get Deadpool and Wolverine about to fight a bunch of different Deadpool variants, right? That's what we're about to witness. And then we see Hugh Jackman put his hands back here and then put his mask on. And I just like, I just started losing it. It was so weird. I couldn't control this. Involuntary. Eyes welling up, watering, tears, just, and I'm watching this bloodbath take place in like a side scroll manner, and there's funny things happening, too, but I really wasn't paying attention to anything Deadpool was doing. Both of them are on screen doing the side scroll sort of battle, and I just have my eyes on Wolverine, and I feel like I felt like a kid looking up at a superhero in real life, and just, you know, it was it was like an extra in a superhero movie, seeing a superhero save someone in town or something like that, or getting saved in a superhero movie. Like, I felt like I was watching that. It was like Wolverine was saving me, and that mask, just seeing him look like the 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 X-Men cards I collected, seeing him look like the X-Men comic books I had, seeing him look like the X-Men Wolverine toy, seeing him look like the animated series Wolverine, seeing that on screen just like sucked me back to 2000, and even before, in the 90s, watching the animated series. And I was just like, I don't know. It was such an emotional experience for me. I I loved it. And the other part was actually a credits sequence. So this is the other time tears were like really flowing for me. Um, and the lights were kind of up a little bit. Everybody's kind of looking around and stuff, and I was like, people are probably seeing this. And I'm, again, I think I was, actually, there was an older couple in front of me, like gray, very gray, like, could have been my parents' age and older than my parents probably. But then otherwise me. And I'm just crying during this credits sequence where the credits kind of shift over to one side, and then what they start showing is old behind the scenes footage of all of these movies that were getting sort of closure through this film. We got behind the scenes from Elektra, behind the scenes from X-Men and Wolverine Origins, which was cool because we got to see Ryan Reynolds when he played that crappy Deadpool. Behind the scenes of like a variety of these. I don't think we got any from Blade, if I remember right. I can't remember any behind the scenes from him, but it was great to see all the behind the scenes of all those other ones. It was so good, and they were playing Good Riddance by Green Day. And in my era, if you graduated around the same time I did, every like high school graduation, maybe they still do it, but every high school graduation used that song and they were showing, like pictures of how much fun you had in high school. Another turning point, a fork's in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. And you're all crying and stuff like that, and that's what's happening in this scene, this credit sequence. I'm watching all like I was there for it. This was what I wanted as a kid. I wanted to see these people on screen, and then it happened. And then now I'm like, I feel like I'm saying goodbye to them here in the theater with this old montage, because the movie doesn't feel like, at this point, it feels like it's over for all of them. Like, even Deadpool, like, it's almost like, oh, he's not crossing over. I mean, there are other things that are happening in the movie that are like, oh, okay, he's hugging Thor. Thor's crying over him or something. So, maybe, we still have that to see. But, the movie kind of winds up in kind of a, all right, we've packaged this up. Fox is behind us. And, not only Fox, but the other ones too, because, like, Wesley Snipes was like, or Blade was like New Line. But anyway, this montage is happening of these behind the scenes footage, and it really did feel like a part of my life was coming to a close. It was so weird because, like with Blade, I mean, Blade started when that came out, 98. So I was maybe 13 when that came out, and then X-Men, again, 2000. And here I am, 40, and I'm watching this movie, and I'm just like witnessing some of the best, carefree, easiest parts of my life, watching these movies, not, heavy responsibilities going on in my life, and I'm watching these things just flash in, these pictures just show up, and I'm like, all of that is behind me now. It was like, it was like closing a door of my life or something. It was showing me how life is fleeting. It was showing me how I'm not going to be here forever. Uh, these movies aren't here forever. Like, I don't know. So that's why, I don't know, that maybe that's why I like really treasure Back to the Future, because there it is and that's it, and there's nothing else. Where Fox, the all of that was taken from me. Disney bought Fox and took my favorite movie franchise away from me. And I like the way they wrapped it up and everything. But I was watching it all end. I was watching it all end. Everything that I loved end. Also, they were showing behind the scenes footage from Fantastic Four, because there's that great moment, again, spoilers, so I'll talk about it, but the great moment where we all think we see Cap, and then we think he's going to say Avengers Assemble, and then he says, Flame on! Ah, that was so good. I loved that. That was so fun. Interestingly, so yeah, I'm crying during that. That was the other spot I was crying during. And just like tears, and I don't know, it was all emotional stuff. But me, it's not like the movie made me cry. I did like the movie though. I actually like the way they handled it. I'm seeing like great reviews of this film, and like other movies just fully trashing it. But I thought it all worked for me. But you have to have I feel like you do need a general knowledge of the MCU, because I haven't been paying attention to the MCU anymore. But I feel like one thing you do need is season 1 of Loki, just to give you a general idea of what's going on there. Season 1 of Loki is very important. Season 1 of Loki is very important. If you haven't watched that or any of the later movies, then I don't think you'll get it. Because I haven't watched any of the later movies, but I have seen Loki season 1, and so I'm able to piece everything together. So, some other things. Yeah, so we get Fantastic Four in there, but we only get those 2 movies, the chickless ones, and the Chris Evans and Rutherford and Alba. We get those. We get that referenced. We do not get, I didn't find it anyway. Well, I guess in the end credits, I think. Yeah, in the end credits sequence we did, but the ones, that other one with Michael B. Jordan, yeah, so we did see some clips from that, but in the movie I don't think we didn't see any characters from that as far as I recall. And then we didn't get, and I just kept waiting for this one, I kept waiting for Eric Bana to show up. I love Eric Bana, I love Ang Lee's Hulk, but Ang Lee's Hulk, as far as I remember, was not mentioned at all. I didn't catch any Easter eggs or anything, so I was looking for that, and I was hoping for that he would show up, and it didn't happen. We did get this great sequence of all these variant Wolverines, and one of the variant Wolverines, he was fighting the Hulk, but that didn't seem to be the Ang Lee Hulk. I think that would have been fun if it was the Ang Lee Hulk that we were looking at. That would have been cool, but that didn't happen. But I would have loved to have seen Eric Bana as Bruce Banner, and have him turn into Ang Lee's Hulk, and like kind of use the bad CGI, the CGI of that era. I think that would have been fun. Also, I'm surprised we didn't get this. We did not get Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider, and I thought that would have been awesome. I kind of was waiting for him. And I assumed, well, even when the movie ended, I was like, maybe the end credit sequence will be Nicolas Cage. It just kind of seemed like something Nicolas Cage would do, or something they'd ask him to do and get him to do. But I would have loved that if they could have gotten Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider. So I don't know why that didn't happen. I wonder if they tried and things couldn't work out, or if they just didn't even try. So that was something I was missing. Ang Lee's Hulk is still Universal, so I don't know. I feel like they could have worked something out. I can't remember what Ghost Rider is that Fox? That might be Fox. Probably is Fox, I would assume. Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember what company. Maybe it's a New Line. Were there other ones that I'm missing? Oh, Punisher. They spoke about Punisher, so that was cool. I did like that. They mentioned him, and we got to see some of his weaponry, and they made the joke of like, which Punisher? There's been so many of them. So all that was cool. I don't know. There was, I think it's definitely not a standalone movie. You need to have a general. You have to have seen up to, just some of the movies up till Endgame. I think are good. Maybe up to end. Watch the Endgame, all that, and then I think the most important thing, so that you're not lost fully, is season 1 of Loki. But again, it just needs to be a general knowledge thing, because that's all I've seen is season 1 of Loki, and they're just talking about, that TVA or whatever it is. So you just have a general knowledge of that. I mean, you could probably even just look it up online, maybe. I don't know. I think you should still watch season 1 of Loki. I feel like that's the most essential thing for this, and then just a general MCU knowledge. Yeah, but I really liked it. I loved seeing Hugh Jackman again. I thought they handled it great. I liked that they brought Bye Bye Bye. They brought NSYNC back because of X2. That was really cool. Pyro is back. It was just, it was good. I really liked it. I really liked it. They didn't have any first class people in it, but that's okay because they've been in other Deadpool films, so that's fine with me. Yeah, I thought it was great, and I thought the film itself worked. I think the plot worked, but from an emotional, very personal standpoint, the film really worked. I like the villains too. We got 2 villains. That was really cool, and I like both of them. I thought they were great. The way they worked together and against one another, all of that was good. Yeah, I liked it. Lady Deadpool was in there. Oh, and there were some other cameos with the Deadpool variants. If you could pick up on some of them if you just listen to the voices, like Blake Lively being Lady Deadpool. And then I heard Matthew McConaughey, and then I think I saw in the credits Nathan Fillion. Did I see Nathan Fillion in there? I think I saw his name, but I wish I would have been paying attention right away, because a lot of those other Deadpools, I wasn't paying attention to the names as they were scrolling in the end credits. But the fight sequences were good. The choreography was good. A lot of the cinematography was bland, but I did like that there was some cool practical effects going on, and they were using like backstages and things like that. Like all that felt like, like classic movie making. I thought that was cool, and some of the CGI was really good too. I thought, like the bad Professor Xavier's twin, like when she would stick her hands inside people's heads. I loved the way that looked. I thought that was really good. Especially when it's moving beyond the eye, like they are taking into account that the eye is round and would bulge out if the finger went behind it, and I don't know, all that was great. I like the artistry there, so I'm a fan of this. I don't know what it means for the future. I don't know how they're going to introduce mutants into the MCU. Is Hugh coming back? He kind of said no, but he said no before, but maybe he will till he's 90. I don't know. I'm curious to see how the MCU is going to handle mutants. It was also interesting to hear them talk about the multiverse. Like there was, Deadpool was going on about, we tried the multiverse. It's not really working. Let's put an end to that. And maybe this movie is sort of the cap of that. I haven't seen many of the multiverse movies. The Spider-Man one I saw, which I thought was great. I love that one, even though it has a lot of plot holes. And then the Multiverse of Madness I didn't really like, but I know a lot of people love it. So I know those were hits, but I don't know. This movie's gonna make $1 billion, right? I think so. Anyway, what did you think of it? I'd love to know. I also get if you don't like it because it's incredibly, it's like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. It's incredibly dependent on the other films uh, in a lot of ways. So I get it. And the TV show. So much to the point to where Ryan Reynolds even says he gives you a season and an episode of Loki to go watch as homework, basically, for who one of the characters is, which was kind of funny. Because I think it was from season 2, so I don't know. Was it season 2? I can't even remember now. But, yeah, let me know your thoughts on the movie. I can't believe how emotional I got. It was weird, but I don't know. I realized a chapter of my life was ending. And I got my dream job this year too, so it was weird. It was like it's time to grow up or something. It all happened like right now. That's weird. That this movie closed the chapter of my life dedicated to Fox X-Men superhero films, and then I got my dream job that I've been trying to get. What do you want to be when you grow up? That is weird. I got that job, and then this movie happened. I know it's not that deep in reality, but like I'm weird. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.